For most 10 by 10 by 10 customers, this is where you'll focus your efforts, creating informative and engaging short-form videos for LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. Okay, for TikTok and YouTube Shorts as well. Remember, we'll be supplying you with 2 formats on each video, a horizontal version and a vertical, which funnily enough is being adopted by most channels as the preferred format type, especially LinkedIn. Now, what I've learned from my 6+ years of posting videos, primarily on LinkedIn, is that your prospects want to know 3 things when discovering you. Who you are, personal or insights from you as a business owner. 2, do you deliver results? Proof that you and your business gets results. And 3, do you know what you're talking about? Educational content that gives value to the viewer. Now, if you're already posting written content or photos or testimonials on socials, you'll know that some perform better than others. So if you want engagement, likes and comments, so you can build your audience and connect with new people, then personal content or insights will garner a stronger result. If you have a burning desire to give away some of your knowledge and demonstrate that you are a person of trust, then educational content could be your ticket. If you want a balance of engagement and or teaching or learning, then proof videos will work really well. Most clients who chose social media as their primary location for their videos chose a 60-20-20 split of their 10 videos, leading with educational videos. But how do you write those scripts? Okay, I'm a big fan of incorporating stories into your scripts as they're sticky, and people remember stories over facts and data. Now, that's not to say that facts don't work. They do for a certain segment of the audience. So the templates and examples we have in this training will have a bent for storytelling. So the 3 script styles will follow the 3 pillars mentioned above: educational, customer success, and personal or insight. Let's first of all look at the educational script. On social media, it's our job as business owners to talk about the problems that we solve for our clients. Problems that the customer or prospect generally knows they have. In my case, I don't like seeing myself on a camera, is a problem that I can solve. The first step is to write down at least 6 problems that you solve. Remember, for it to be a problem, it's got to have a negative in the statement. I can't, I'm worried, I hate, I don't. Because when we talk about problems, we use a negative. As an example, we've helped a few accountants use videos in their business last year. And in the training, one of the accountants said, cash flow, that's a problem. Well, yes, it's a problem, but what's the deeper pain? I don't have enough money to pay my tax is a deeper pain or problem. So dive in, really look at what that deep problem is. And that, of course, is a negative, of which cash flow is probably the root of the cause. Communicating the deep pain will resonate more with your prospects. So it's our job to know what those deep pains or problems are. If you're not sure what they are, it's okay. Just ask your customers. Pick up the phone, ring them, ask them, hey, Steve, what was the problem that my product or service solved for you? Write them down. Bring these problems to the weekly Zoom session where we can help you write your scripts. Now, once you can articulate the problems you solve, we can then use this structure to write your scripts. Problem, insight or story, the proof, and advice. This is what a finished educational video might look like.
Sometimes your renovation might look good on paper, but not be able to be built in reality. We worked on an extension for a 200 square metre home in Albany, as our client wanted to add an extra lounge to their house. But they had beautiful architectural plans, but hadn't consulted a builder. We redesigned the plans and built it in stages, saving them time and money. If you want a home designed around your lifestyle, then get your builder in first, from the concept stage, so that they can provide you insights into your design to ensure that it is buildable in a way that achieves what you're actually looking for. The second thing is to build it in a cost-effective manner using the right products for your project.
Now, if you've watched carefully, you can see the structure. State the problem in the opening sentence. This tells the viewer what's in it for them. Then tell a short customer story that details the problem and the result the client got. And then number 3, give some advice. 1 to 2 points that would be of value to the prospect with that problem. Now, the secret to an educational script is to repeat the problem, opening sentence, in the story when you give advice. Now, next step, here's the story structure. I teach something called ABS, and, but, so. And equals the setting and the outlook, some facts about the customer and what they were hoping to achieve. Nothing negative. But the problem, just one problem, the conflict. Every story must have a conflict. So, the outcome the customer achieved after working with you, but not what you did for them. This is a customer success story, not your story. They don't care about the how, so don't talk about what you did for them. It's going to be tempting. We as business owners love talking about what we do for clients. But in this particular story, we only want you to communicate the big outcome they received after working with you. I would say, as an example, if you've got a leaking tap, do you care how the plumber fixes it? People want outcomes. And we want to leave some intrigue as to how you deliver results. Lastly, if you're looking for linking words between each of those sections, insight, problem, story, advice, you can use these. A link to advice. If you've got this problem, or here's some suggestions for you if you've got this problem, or here's what you can do, right? Link to the story or insight. Recently, we worked with. That's a good one. And the link to the problem, the opening line. Have you, do you, are you worried about the problem, the concern that you might have? So try it out. And here is another video example of an educational script, but written in a different way. There's still a clear structure in this well-written and delivered script. Problem, insight, advice.
Feeling nervous before a presentation? Here's the secret. Don't fight the nerves, use them. Nerves mean that you care, and that adrenaline can actually boost your performance. Instead of focusing on the fear, reframe it as excitement.
So find a quiet space and take at least 8 deep breaths. Breathe all the way into your stomach and out. Focus on the message and let that energy fuel your delivery.
As you go on stage, remember to smile. Your nervous energy can make you even more engaging and dynamic.
So, you need more tips to own the stage?
We've got you covered.
As you can see, it still follows the problem, insight, advice pathway. Now, there's 2 examples for the educational script in the download section under this video. A lot of our clients are services, but here's an example of a social media product video. In fact, it's a retail shop based in New Zealand and Australia. Just so you can get a sense of different types of videos that work for educational purposes.
Why choose a bidet? Think of it as adding luxury to your daily routine while giving a high five to the planet. With a bidet, you cut down on toilet paper use, meaning fewer clogs, less waste, and a whole lot more eco-friendliness. Plus, it's like a personal spa treatment for your behind. Think about it. After gardening, do you just wipe your dirty hands with a paper towel, or do you wash them clean? Well, exactly. Now ask yourself the same question about a trip to the bathroom. Bidets bring independence and comfort for older adults. But why wait? With simple retrofits that turn any toilet into a throne, there's no need for a big remodel. And with options like oscillating or pulsing cleans, it's pampering every time. So the real question is, why wouldn't you choose a bidet?
See, the 10x10 videos work well for any industry wanting to educate their audience on social media. Next, we're going to look at the customer success story. Now, this type of script has been my bread and butter for my videos over the years because it's just so simple. And you already know it. It uses ABS. But we get to add two extra things, a hook and a call to action. Now, hooks are really important in both written or video scripts. The hook, to hook the viewer into watching or reading. Now, I tend to be a fan of using emotional hooks, but insightful hooks or data hooks can be just as effective. In the download section, there's an example of script hooks, so you can start emotionally or insightfully. In the case of the client success story, the hook is the word story. So you can start your script with a simple hook sentence like, here's a story about one of my clients. Let's see a story, a client success story of a client who filmed last year.
A short story about one of my clients. This client owns a busy petrol station in the central North Island. It gets lots of road traffic and they were working hard to increase revenue. But business had dropped off due to the cost of living crisis. I worked with them and now they have a digital billboard on their site generating $15,000 per month. So if you want an extra $15,000 in monthly revenue at your business, let's talk.
Could you hear the ABS? Bet you could. The secret to the success story is, again, not talking about you or what you did for them. Just the result they achieved after working with you. If you can quantify it, even better. But brevity is the key to the success in the script, and aligning the result with the call to action at the end. In the last script, the result was an additional $15K of revenue per month. He then repeated the result in the call to action, which is just really cool, right? Which says, put everything on red, as that's what you want your audience to remember. And for me, the customer success story just ticks all the boxes. Can you hear my excitement? You know, it's a great proof script. Hook, client, problem, outcome, and call to action. Perfect. All delivered in under 40 seconds. Here's another example.
A short story about one of our clients. This couple with a young family lived in a 3-bedroom home in St. John's, and they were busy doing life. But the kids damaged the walls from kicking a ball inside the house. We came in and fixed the hole in the wall and painted it so it looked like new. So if you've got kids causing chaos in your home and damaging walls, then we can fix it.
Now in that video, Wayne had to share a little about what he does because he's a handyman business. But the kind of thing, it's almost a throwaway. The real outcome was that it was fixed fast and without any fuss, which is what he sells. See the download section under this video for the customer success story examples and use them. Lastly, in the social media space, we're left with personal stories or personal insights. Now, a lot of 10x10x10 clients want to use their videos on LinkedIn, and often they say to me, John, Isn't LinkedIn about business? We need to talk about business things. And I say to them, yes, you do. But running a business is a person, and people by people. So we need to know about you and your thoughts around business, because you're part of that equation of sales. Now, be funny here. A personal story is not the story of how you were beaten as a child, unless it was relevant to your audience and it had a business connection. In the download section, there's 25 topics that you could choose from for your personal video selection. They're all examples. But this is probably one of the most common videos, your why story.
I'll let you in on a little secret. I'm not what most people would consider a true accountant. Traditionally, accountants have been seen as being risk-averse, book-smart, and relatively introverted. I'm anything but. I encourage my clients to take risks. Calculated risks, of course, although the story I'm about to tell you wasn't particularly calculating. While I was traveling Europe, I decided to do Running of the Bulls. I remember absolutely bricking myself standing in that pen, waiting to run down the road and have some bulls chase me. It was terrifying. All I was thinking was, where am I going to hide from these beasts? Thankfully, I survived to tell the tale. But what does that experience tell you about me? Plan. Plan to take risks. You have to try things to find out whether they're for you or not. Take those risks. It's about taking a step forward, but knowing that if you need to, you can always take a step back. That's where the planning comes in. So what is something that you've done in your life that was risky?
You can see that Michael has framed a personal story into an insight about him and business. Here's another one.
Today I want to briefly share my why. My father, he's my hero and also my why. He was a butcher and owned 3 really successful butcher shops. He was really well respected in the industry and was an innovator, and he was always trying new things. His garlic and pepper sausages were the best. You'll consider the lucky few if you've tasted these. So I've figured out that's my why. Striving to be better, be a better person, get better at my job, and get better results for my customers. That's my why. I challenge you to think about what yours is.
Both of these videos talk about personal things, but they relate them back to business. Now, these are high engagement, especially if there's a little open-ended question at the end of the script. What's your why? That'll encourage some comments. Now, there's some personal story script examples in the download section under this video. Now, the last point I want to raise about personal videos is if you have a superpower of one of these, then use them. We as consumers, we're getting more and more and more video content thrust upon us, so it's important to stand out. These 3 superpowers are not for everyone, but used to their full effect will generate huge engagement. Being vulnerable, being funny, or having an opinion. If you can muster the courage and embrace any of these styles, then you'll stand out, period. So I'd encourage you to include 1 to 2 personal insight videos into your mix of 10. I firmly believe that personal stories unlock prospects on social media, particularly LinkedIn, and it's your job to then start those conversations from the likes or comments.